Hi guys, my name is Kaylee. I'm going to bring you a Mat Pilates workout, mostly focused through the core and abs. And you're not going to need any equipment, but I will get you to start off lying down onto your mat. So come on down, and you're going to be laying down. Bring your feet close towards your backside. You can rest your arms by your sides at least to begin. And feel that you're lengthening your spine along your mat, so make any adjustments that you need to before we start to move through the spine itself. And we'll start through the pelvis and lower spine. Using your Pilates breathing, we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So as you're inhaling, try to expand into the back and sides of the ribs. And as you exhale, we're going to engage your lower abdominals and flatten your lower back into the mat. Inhale, just release your lower back and pelvis to neutral. Exhale, work from your abs. Do not squeeze your bottom just yet. Keep them relaxed, or try to. Inhale to release. So in your time, and inhale to release. We do want to use quite a forced exhalation. We want to squeeze every last bit of air out of the waist. It is going to help to engage the core muscles more effectively, although it might sound a little bit silly. Exhale, tilting, and inhale to release. Let's simply turn that into a bigger movement, into a full hip roll. Inhale to prepare. We'll use your exhale. Engage your abs to flatten your back, then use your hip extensors. Push your feet into the floor, peeling the rest of your spine away from your mat. Inhale at the top. Feel like you're lengthening the front of your hips, and use your exhale and roll down from top to tail. So melting the back of your ribs into that mat. Pass the lower back through before releasing to neutral. Inhale at neutral, find that curve. Exhale, abs, then glutes and hamstrings as you peel away. Abs, abs, abs. Lengthen the abs out to neutral at the top. Inhale, push your arms and feet down. Exhale, rolling back down with control. As actively as possible. And the more active we can get this here, the better our rolling is going to be later when it's when we need it, when we need the help. So put in the effort now. Rolling up and away. Lengthen through the front of the hips again. By lengthening those hip flexors, we're going to allow the abdominals to actually activate more effectively, as well as the glutes. Next time you do lift up, we're going to hold up. Exhaling to get there, come all the way up and stay. So abs are back in a neutral position, as is the spine. Your lower back should be feeling pretty happy here. Your glutes are fully squeezed, and in fact, I want you to try and squeeze them as hard as you can, almost like you're trying to tuck your tailbone under just a little bit more. Hamstrings and glutes working. Feel your toes spreading out and pressing down. And double check you haven't overlifted your ribs. So we want to keep that little bit of connection there. Virtually a straight line from your shoulders through your hips to your knees. And as we hold here for longer and longer, we're getting warmer in the backs of those legs. One more deep breath. Inhale, stay, and exhale, roll your spine all the way down, one vertebra at a time. They're coming all the way down. I want to start to challenge the core. So using the concept of exhaling to tighten the muscles that wrap around your waist, we're going to keep our pelvis stable. Not on the floor, we're going to do it up in the air. So let's see how we go. Push those hips up and again hold. Now keeping your pelvis still, your arms will help, but mostly use your exhale to tighten around the waist and then float one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, place that foot back down. And then exhale, tighten the waist and float the other leg. Trying not to let your hips shift side to side or one hip drop down, keeping those hips pressed up tall. Exhale, float, and inhale to return. Taking your time, work in time with your slowest, deepest breath. And again, your arms will help you. In fact, the whole back line of your body is working, as well as those muscles around the waist. Working into glutes and hamstrings of that standing leg. Inhale down, keep that openness across the collarbones. One more each side. It's very slow and controlled here. Exhale, tighten and lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. and inhale, lower. Roll the spine all the way down onto that mat once again. Beautiful. Now I just want you to tilt back into an imprint. Again, keep your glutes relaxed so it's back just to those lower abs, and float your legs up to tabletop. Level 1 option, keep your arms by your sides. Level 2 is raise your arms up to the ceiling, but I want you to feel wherever your arms are, you're soft through the collarbones and your ribs and lower back are heavy. We're going to hinge from the hip here for a leg float. Keep this 90-degree angle at the knee. We use an inhale as we float one leg down. Try and tap the foot to the floor if you can. Exhale, scoop into your lower abs and draw that knee in slowly. And there's the challenge. Other side, inhale on the way down and exhale to pull in slowly. Do your best to feel like you're using more lower abs than you are hip flexors, although they'll definitely be working, but that's the idea. Inhale down without arching the back. Exhale, working from those lower abs and draw it in. So we've got less support here with the arms in the air, so that's up to you where you want that arm position, but we're gonna add on. So inhale, floating that foot down, hold the upper thigh still. As you exhale, extend from that knee. Inhale, bend, tap the toes down if you can. Exhale from the lower abs, slower, slower, slower. Pull that knee in, other side. Inhale, float. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend, tap the toes. Exhale from the abs slowly, scoop and pull in. We've got 2 more each side. Inhale. Exhale, soften through the neck and shoulders. Inhale, bend. Exhale, draw it back. Ribs heavier. One more each. It's very easy to do this fast. We want to keep that control. That's where that challenge is. Last one. Beautiful, and pull that leg. We'll take both feet down to the mat here, and we're gonna roll onto your side. So roll onto your side facing me. We're gonna prop ourselves up actually on our elbow, kind of warm into the shoulders a little bit here with a side plank, a modified side plank. So bottom elbow is under the shoulder. Pull your hip and bottom knee back in line with that shoulder, and reach your top leg away, flexing at the ankle, toes point forward. We're going to press down with this bottom knee, lift up out of that bottom shoulder, so engage lats a little bit, and lift your hips. We're going to hold. There's a bit of work in the underside of the waist and the bottom hip, nothing too crazy, mostly warming up this shoulder. Top arm to the ceiling, let's thread a needle. Use your exhale, reach your top arm underneath your body, rotate your rib cage and shoulders down, and inhale, expanding and opening up through the chest. Go again, exhale, reaching under, and inhale to return. Keep those hips up. Feel that shortening of the obliques on the underside of the waist. Reaching under, but mostly squeezing all the air out of the waist to get that full contraction. 2 more here. Follow your fingertips with your eyes and see if you can reach a little bit further than before. Last one. And reaching back. Lower and lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. If you're feeling like your elbow's too far away down your mat, bring it in underneath that shoulder. If it aggravates your back to drop your hip all the way to the floor, stay in a little pulse at the top here. 3 more. Last one. Excellent, and carefully lower those hips all the way down. We're going to bend both knees forward now. Squeeze your ankles together and prop yourself up on your bottom hand. Now we're going to reach away through those fingertips and just take your top hand onto your top knee. Lifting up out of that bottom shoulder, we're going to push ourselves up and over here for side bend. So lift your hips, squeeze your legs together and reach that top arm up and over like a big rainbow. We're then going to bend and open the knees and sink your hips back down with control. We're going to come up and over, big side bend, and then come back down. And if this isn't working out for your body, you can of course come into a normal side plank, lifting and lowering, or even with both legs out straight if you're wanting more, but without all the bending and the fancy stuff. Lifting and lowering, still a nice option. Whichever option you have chosen, we're going to lift and hold now. So come on up, squeezing the thighs. We're going to bring the top arm up to the ceiling, and we're coming into a twist. So rather than just rotating the ribs down, we're going to lift the hips and reach this top arm through, coming into a big triangle shape. Press your belly to your thighs. We're gonna open back up, forward again, and then twisting under. Lift your hips, press your belly to your thighs. We've got 4 more. Feel free to go back to any of the previous variations if this one is not working out. Good. Lots of mobility and load into this shoulder. Reaching long, squeeze those legs, last 2. And last one. Reach. Slowly and carefully open those knees and rest your hip. We're going to swing our legs over to the other side now. Propping yourself up on your bottom elbow first. So elbow and knee. Pull that bottom knee back and reach your top leg away. Again, flex your ankle. And we're going to press up and hold, finding your starting position. Top arm up to the ceiling. Thread a needle here. Exhale, reach that top arm under. Inhale, reaching back to the ceiling. You can follow the fingertips with your eyes. It's going to encourage your shoulders to rotate further. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, looking wherever feels best. And feel free to take any options to reduce load into the shoulder here. You can lower your hip and still get really nice rotation if it is too much load. Last one. Reach your top arm up. Let's leave it there. Lower and lift the hips. Directly shortening into that underside of the waist and also the hip. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Pulsing at the top may be nicer on your back if it's too big a movement, too big a side bend. 2 more. 1 and 2. Lower those hips. Okay, so we're going to bend both knees, squeeze the ankles together. Underneath hand is pointing away from you. We're going to take the top hand onto that top knee and lift up out of the bottom shoulder. And lifting up and over for our side bend. This is that big one. Squeeze your legs together. Feel like you're zipping up through the inner thighs as you come into that big side bend, and then open the knees apart and carefully drop your bottom down. Try not to collapse. Come up and over again, squeezing the legs together. Try to feel like it's a leg workout as much as it is for that arm and through the waist. Options again, stretching the legs out straight. You can do this on your elbow, lifting and lowering. And again, you can do it with the knees bent. If it's just too much load, lift and lower. Otherwise, we're going to hold this next one at the top. Reaching up and over. Take your top arm up to the ceiling, just hitting a sort of plank shape. And we twist, reaching underneath, press your belly to your thighs. Inhale, opening back up. And exhale, reaching under. Lift your hips up high. Inhale and come back. 4 to go. Last 2. Can you lift higher? Reach further. And last one. Nearly there. Beautiful, careful on the dismount. Open the knees and slowly and softly lower those hips. We're going to swing forward. We're going to come out of the wrists for a little moment. So sitting tall, feet are flat, knees are bent, and I'll get you to hold on to the back of your thighs. Make sure you've got space behind you to roll back onto. Pulling your belly forward, lengthen your spine upright. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, tilt that pelvis back and roll onto the back of the pelvis. Your arms will lengthen. Inhale, you can pull yourself forward. and sit up nice and tall. Exhale, tilting back again. Feel that your head is coming back with your shoulders. You're not leaving your head forward. And inhale to grow taller. Level 2s. Arms off your thighs now, using your abs, not your arms. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, rolling back. So it's kind of a feeling like our hip roll, only way, way harder. It's that same rolling action, just with way more load. Inhale, come on up. And the abs are forced to work in this one, where we encourage them. On the other, we're gonna hold. Stay here. Head is sitting back again. It's very tempting to shift it forward. It reduces the load into the abs. Close in the distance between ribs and hips. 2 more deep breaths. Deepen into the abs there. And reaching forward, sit tall. Take your hands down just behind you, fingers pointing out. Lift up out of your shoulders. This is leg pull prep. We're going to drive the hips up to the ceiling, lifting up and lowering down. Looking at your knees here, keep that slight nod of chin to chest. I think it's a yoga move where you look up at the ceiling doing this one. In Pilates, we do like to engage those deep neck flexors through the front of the neck to support the weight of the head. So keep looking at those knees. We'll do 2 more. Just opening up through the front of the hips again. And last one, stay lifted. Don't let your shoulders shrug to those ears. Beautiful. Lower your hips. Now stretch your legs out. We're going to put all that rolling into practice. Sitting tall, you're going to reach your arms forward. Feel that your pelvis is upright, but you're going to flex your spine forward over your pelvis. And you're rounding your back here as if you were rounding over a beach ball in front of your belly. You're not just leaning as far forward as you can. So we're lifting up and rounding over. Inhale, breathe into the back of your ribs here. Create more space, make it easier to roll. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and roll all the way down onto your mat, taking your arms all the way back. Inhale, nod your chin to your chest, raise your arms up to the ceiling. Use your exhale to roll up. Round forward over that beach ball. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rolling down. Your fingertips and toes are still reaching forward. You're getting a stretch down the back of your body as you're contracting through the front. Inhale. Arms reach up to the ceiling, nod the chin, rolling up. Exhale. Inhale, stay. And exhale, rolling down. Head is sitting back on top of the shoulders as you roll down. Try to keep your feet heavy on the floor too. They'll be tempted to lift, but don't let them do those little bunny hops. Legs are heavy. Counterbalancing the weight of the upper body by engaging the core and abs. Control this movement. Inhale. Exhale to come back down. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. And we're going to roll back to the top, nod the chin. Exhale. Rounding forward. Inhale, restack your spine, sitting tall, bend those knees, grab onto the back of your thighs again. We're going to find a teaser spine. So in Pilates, there's a very famous exercise called the teaser. We lean back from the hips. So rather than completely rounding the spine, I want you to still tuck your tailbone under. So we flex through the lumbar, but I want you to extend through your thoracic, and there's a bit of a fine balance in that. Float your feet just off the floor here, and we can hold on the legs to begin. Use your exhale and extend up from one knee. Inhale to bend. So extending from the knee, we'll do the other side, is going to challenge your balance here. So we're kind of sitting on the back of the sit bones, and it is hard to hold. Constantly trying to lift the chest more and tuck the tailbone under more. It's like you're just flattening out all the natural curves of your spine. That's the challenge. Looking for a flat back. We've got 1 more each side only. We're going to bend the knees and keep the feet hovering off the floor. If you need to place them down, definitely do. If it's too much load for back or hips. Otherwise, reach the arms forward. We're going to do teaser arm circles. Keep your head sitting back on the shoulders. Inhale, raise your arms up. That feels okay. Exhale, circle the arms around and the shaking sets in. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, the weight of your arms is making your abdominals work really, really hard. Inhale up, can you lift the chest more? Exhale, contracting into those abdominals. Do not fall backwards, the slower the better. I know it's tempting to whip the arms around. 2 more. Exhale, slower, 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 slower. Last one now, you've got this. Inhale. Exhale, take it around, slower. Hold on to it. Every step of the way, reach and place your feet down. Ready for the finale. So we're going to do teasers, and this is a combination of those arm circles at the top and the roll downs, all the way down, all the way up. Stretch your legs out straight. We're going to start on the floor, so let's come all the way down, raising your arms back. As you roll up, you're going to bend your knees and lift your feet off the floor. Inhale, nod your chin to your chest, raise the arms up. Exhale, reach through the fingertips, lift your head and shoulders, bend your knees and lift your feet. Find that teaser spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, circle those arms slower. Inhale, reach forward, stay. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and slowly control coming all the way down. Then stretch the arms and legs away. Inhale, nod the chin, arms up. Exhale, roll up. Lift those legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, circle. Inhale, stay. We're holding there for that little bit longer. Exhale, all the way down. Let your lower back pass through. Only once your ribs are down do you take the arms and legs away. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, roll up. This is our last bit of hard work. It's all been leading up to this. Exhale, circle. Inhale, stay. Exhale, come on down. We've got one more only. Inhale. Let's go. Hold on to it as slow as you can. Let's take 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Collapsing at the bottom, let your back arch here. Take a couple of deep breaths into your belly. Just get a stretch into your abs by breathing deeply into that belly area. And now we'll stretch it out. We'll actually stretch it out. Roll onto your side facing this way. We're going to do a side lying spinal rotation. So knees are stacked forward, bottom arm is a pillow, and just cradle the base of your skull in your bottom hand. Top arm reaches forward, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Keep the legs heavy as you inhale. Take your top arm up to the ceiling, and then exhale, reach it all the way to the floor behind you. You're going to hold there for an inhale. Ideally that hand and shoulder are flat to the floor, and then exhale, come all the way back over. It's just a beautiful rotation. We're going to inhale, take the top arm up again. Exhale, reach it back, follow those fingertips with your eyes. Inhale, stay, legs heavy. And exhale, come back over. Just one more. Inhale, take the arm up. Exhale, reach it back. And hold here. We're lengthening through that entire top of the body, so including the front of the shoulder, into the pecs, all the little intercostal muscles between the ribs, the obliques, maybe lower back, maybe hip. It's all happening here. If you're wanting to deepen that stretch, take the hand out from underneath your head, grab that top knee, either just push it down into the bottom knee, or if you do want a deeper stretch, pull that top knee forward and down to the floor. Keep that opposite shoulder down, take one more deep breath. Restack the knees if they aren't already, and then pull the top arm all the way over. We're going to push over and do the other side. So swing your legs over, knees are bent forward. Again, bottom arm is a pillow, so cradle your head in that hand and reach your top arm forward. Inhale, take that top arm up, and exhale to reach it back. Inhale, holding there, and exhale to come back over. Follow those fingertips again. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale back. Inhale, stay, enjoy that little moment, that little stretch. And exhale, come back. Last one. Inhale. Reaching all the way back and holding here, back of shoulders flat. And look over to encourage those shoulders down. You can take the hand again out from underneath your head, grab onto the top knee, pushing it down, or even pulling it forward and also pushing down. Just using the weight of that arm, and allow the legs to actually relax. Just let the weight of the legs do that job there. As we'll take 2 more deep breaths, expanding into the top side of your ribs. I'm going to restack the knees and bring that top arm over. Push yourselves up. Thank you so much for joining me and for all your hard work. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.